Salve discipuli, and welcome to part 2 of our controversia translation passage. So, you should have at this point translated the passage. So if you haven't, please do so before continuing on with this video. So we're going to be running through this translation and make corrections on your translation as needed. And then when you're finished, go ahead and submit that to me so you can get your participation credit for the week. So, controversia, the debate is happening, or the argument. So, again, we're paying attention to our verb endings, who's doing our verb tenses, and our whole lots of vocab. All right, so we have Quintus had or was having, so we're used to have. So habebat, the verb to have is one of those kind of a little odd verbs where this is going to be in the imperfect, because if you had something inherently, that's kind of an ongoing sense. But in English, we typically say I had versus I was having. So grammatically in English, it's going to work a little bit differently. So you can translate this as Quintus had, or you can say used to have. That's why sometimes this used to works a little bit better as a translation of the imperfect tense. So Quintus used to have a Greek friend, right? Amicum Graecum. His friend was Alexander. Quintus and Alexander used to go, or were going, to the Palaestra, where a Greek teacher, where there was a Greek teacher, where a Greek teacher was. This teacher was Theodorus, and he used to live, or he was living, near the Palaestra. In the Palaestra, there was a long portico. A portico it's like the colonnade. Remember? We saw this in bathhouses in the Palaestra. Anyway, beforehand, where Quintus was like throwing the discus and stuff. So it's a colonnade, so it's just surrounded by columns. A long colonnade where Theodorus used to teach the young men. Young men is plural here. He was teaching the young men, or used to teach. After they came to this colonnade, Alexander and Quintus listened to the teacher. The teacher was announcing a debate to the young men. This is a dative case. So he was announcing something in the accusative, direct object, to someone in the dative, indirect object. So he was announcing a debate to the young men. Greeks are better than Romans. So this is the debate he's presenting. Quintus exclaimed violently. So he violently, or loud, in this case, vehementer probably means more like loudly than violently, or aggressively, because he's exclaiming it loudly. He loudly exclaimed, no, not at all. We Romans are better than Greeks. Theodorus, after he heard this opinion, responds, or responded. This is going to be, oh gosh, this is a perfect tense. Responded. Sorry, this is one of those perfect tenses. The same as the present tense. He responded. Then all the in the quotations is going to be in the present tense. This is your opinion. However, we are not looking for an opinion. We are looking for proof, right? And then this quaerimus, that's our mus. We are doing this. We are looking for proof. Then Quintus explained, right? Explicavit, his proof, right? Explained his proof. And then we have rhetori et amicis. These are both dative cases. So rhetor is a third declension noun. So this is a third declension dative singular. And then amicis is going to be a second declension noun. So it's plural. So he explained his proof to the teacher and his friends. We Romans are very brave, or very strong, or we are the strongest or the bravest. You can say very brave or very strong, either one. We overpower the fiercest barbarians, right? Or the most ferocious barbarians. We have the greatest empire, the largest empire. Sorry, largest. We have the largest empire. We servamos. This is that we keep the peace. We preserve the peace. You Greeks are always having arguments. You're always having debates or arguments. You are always turbulent or rowdy in this sense. We are the best architects. We are the best architects. We edificamos, we build roads and bridges everywhere. Just true, very true. The Romans built roads and bridges everywhere. Uh, the city of Rome, or the city Rome, is greater than all other cities, right? Than all the cities, basically. I've completely lost my place. There we go. Postremo. So lastly, like finally, closing argument, we Romans work diligently, or we work hard. The gods, therefore, give the greatest empire to us. Nobis here, this is a dative pronoun. So nos is the nominative form of the pronoun. This nobis is the dative form. So the gods, therefore, give the greatest empire to us. You Greeks are lazy. You never work, and the gods give nothing to you. So this is his argument. Romans, we work hard. We're better than everyone. We're so great. So then on to this last little bit over here. Move my face. After Quintus explained this opinion, the young men, the Pompeian young men, applauded again violently. Doesn't really work here. Loudly probably works better again here. So the young Pompeian men, or the Pompeian young men, applauded vigorously, violently, loudly, and praised him. Then Alexander got up. The Pompeian young men got quiet and looked at Alexander intently or carefully. You Romans are pathetic, or are pitiful. You have the greatest empire, but you are imitators. We Greeks are the creators. You look at Greek statues. You read Greek books. You listen to Greek teachers. You Romans are ridiculous because you are Greeker, or you are more Greek than us Greeks. So this is Alexander's argument. So Graekiores, there's that comparative adjective form, Graekiores. You are more Greek than us Greeks. The young men, after Alexander explained his opinion, laughed. Then Theodorus announced, Alexander is the victor. He explained the best proof, right? He gave the best argument, basically. All right, so we're getting to a point in Latin where there's a bit more flexibility with how you translate certain words depending on context. So as we see with like vehementer, right? We're given this word to mean violently in the past, but obviously that's going to have a slightly different meaning depending on the context, right? So it can mean things like loudly, or we have our superlatives that can be either very adjective-y or the most adjective-y. Adjective is not a word, but it's fine. It gets the point across. So that's why I tried to give you guys kind of a couple different ways of how you can translate different sentences depending on like your preference or something. So make corrections as needed on your translation, and then let me know if you have any questions about this. Submit your translation either through email or on Google Classroom, whatever is easiest for you. And then, yeah, also make sure you also translate statuae, which is the next passage in this chapter. Again, these are not going to be due until next Friday, and I don't know why my face is glitching out so much, so I'm just gonna sign off now. All right, email me your completed and corrected translations, and I will see you guys in the next video. Oh my goodness, this is just horrible. Goodbye, walete to skipuli.